You're trash on defense in Madden 26 because you can't stop the pass. Luckily for you, in this video, I'm breaking down the most broken coverage defense in the game. From coverage shells to shut down corner outs to even broken glitch blitzes to instantly sack the quarterback. I've got you covered in this video, so don't skip out on anything I have. Let's jump right into it. Like I promised, the first thing I want to show you is a broken glitch blitz to instantly sack the quarterback. Let me show you which one. Alright, so we're going to come into Mike Blitz 0 here from Nickel 3 Cub. Obviously, we want to have our coaching adjustments correct, something we'll talk about later in the video. But what we're going to do, we're going to shift our defensive line to the left. We're going to drop our defensive end into a curl flat just like this. And then we're going to pass commit. This is going to create the overload blitz that we talk about. Shifting your D-line left creates a 3-on-2 advantage. And then if you can get the attention of the center, then that allows for your 3-on-2 advantage to work correctly. But here's the key. You're going to press D-pad to the right off the snap. Like as soon as you see the ball snap, you're pressing D-pad right. So boom, take the snap, press D-pad right, and now you're able to see how you get that flying pressure in off of the left side. Again, because you have that 4-on-3 advantage on that side. So again, boom, we take it. Our user runs right here into 62, and then we're out here to defend this man in the flat, right? And so again, that allows for this man to come in completely clean. Now, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to lurk out here in the flat. You can lurk over the middle of the field. But again, the key is shifting D-line left, pass committing by pressing RB and then right stick up, and then dropping this defensive end into a curl flat like this. So again, we stand directly right here over this man, take the snap, immediately press D-pad right. Now obviously I'm snapping the ball for the offense as well, so I know when to press D-pad to the right, but in a game it's all about recognition, making sure your adjustments are set up so that you can immediately see that they've snapped the ball. Because you see how I'm already on this man before Baker Mayfield even has the ball. So boom, Baker doesn't even have the ball yet, and I'm already clicked onto my outside linebacker. So really, it's like your user rushing them and you're into coverage with, it's like you have two users in the field. It's actually absolutely broken how good this feature is, the D-pad switch stick. So again, you're pressing D-pad to the right in order to make that happen. Now, probably what the haters are going to say is, BLT, what if they just block their running back? Doesn't matter, because running backs are still going to struggle at the point of attack versus outside linebackers like this. So I'm just going to stand in the same spot, but now I can drop my safety into a zone. So I could still set it up just like this, but now I'm just going to press D-pad up instead of D-pad right to switch onto my safety so that I'm actually over the middle of the field. Still pass committing, still standing in the same spot. Take the snap, press D-pad up. Bucky Irving slides over, but you still see how fast he just gets pushed into the quarterback because the line is still going to behave in the same way, right? They're still going to block their guys. Right, we're still going to have this 4-on-3 advantage, but then the running back's going to make it 4-on-4. But the great thing for us is, this guy, he's already in the backfield, and he just has to basically just push his way a few yards into the quarterback for an easy sack. So really one of the best glitch blitzes here in the game because it's really easy to set up. Doesn't take a whole lot of adjustments. D-pad left, left stick left to shift your D-line left. D-pad right twice, press B or circle, and then put your man in a curl flat, and then RB right stick up to pass commit your defense, and then again, right off the snap, you're pressing D-pad to the right. You have this 4-on-3 advantage. You're able to lurk over the middle of the field. You can also play zone coverage from this same look if you were good with quick adjustments. That's something that I do from time to time, but really the best overload glitch blitz here in the game. Alright, so having a glitch blitz is fantastic, but if you're not using the best defensive settings right now, you're kind of going to be lost and your players are going to be out of position. Let me show you the best settings to use right now from this 3-3 Cub scheme. Alright, so this is a question that I get all the time in comment sections on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, right? It's how do you actually access your coaching adjustments? Well, you have this play call menu right here that everyone has access to, and you just press right stick on Xbox, R3 on PlayStation, and you're going to open this menu. And what you're going to see is the first ones that we're going to break down here is going to be your safety depth, alright? You want to make sure this on close. I would also recommend having your whip on pinch, although that one's not necessarily as important. The reason why that's the case is because if you come into a zone coverage play, you want to be able to defend the seam. If you don't have your safety depth on close, let's say for example we drop this man back, what you're just going to notice is that this seam right here, they can just hike throw this tight end. right? Just because that seam's open, and so now that's just going to be a huge gain all the way up to the 1 yard line, or they can score a touchdown on that. And it's like, it's going to be hard for the user to seam too. And so really the best thing that you can do for yourself, not only can you have hook zones on the field, right, to help you defend the seam, because those guys are normally going to drop back to 10 yards if you have them on default in your zone drops, but also it's like if they take the snap, they can't just hike though these seam passes because your hook zones are there, but also your safeties are dropping into the spot to be able to defend that, right? So it's not like they can just wait on the guy to get past the hook. So you see right here where it's like, okay, well now none of that seam pass isn't open because we're able to take the initial throwing window away and really do a great job of breaking that pass up. So we go with it again right here where we're just looking for Godwin immediately right off the snap. But we just can't throw that because not only is the vert hook there, but also the safety, they can't just wait on him to run over the top of the vert hook because the safety's there. So really makes defending the seam a whole lot easier. I'm going to always give you guys the full picture. What I will tell you though about using safety depth on close is if you're a big switch stick player, what's going to happen a lot of the time is you're going to try to switch stick, and you see how I switch stick onto my safeties very often just because they're closer to the line of scrimmage to start the snap, versus if they're further back, it's like I'm much less likely to actually get switched onto them when you have the setting on default. So boom, we take it. Now I'm trying to switch. I get onto my slot corner instead, and I'm not on my safety as often, which, you know, it's just a risk reward thing. If you don't have to defend the seam, like they're not throwing seam passes, I would just use default. But if they are, that's the adjustment, putting your safety up and close. But also, if you come into your game options and you scroll all the way down to gameplay helpers, you want to make sure that you have defensive heat seeker assist turned on with your window set to at least 100%. The reason why this is going to help you is because it's going to help you defend the run. Like for example, if they call an inside zone run and we have run defense like this on the field, now I have a flame icon over my head, which means I come in clean, and so I'm able to dive tackle that ball carrier in the backfield before he has the opportunity to speed boost away, right? This is going to help your run defense, or really just your tackling in general, but especially your run defense, because now if they call inside zone, they take the snap, I come in clean, and you just see I'm able to dive tackle the legs of the ball carrier before he has the opportunity to get away from me. So we look at the replay, boom, take it, you see how I dive before he has, like basically as soon as he touches the ball, I'm already dive tackling him, suction tackling his legs, and having heat seeker assist is going to help you do that. Like I said, it's also going to help you in the open field with tackling just in general, but it's really the best as far as run defense because it's so easy to speed boost in this game. So those are two settings that you really need to pay attention to: safety depth on close with your width on a pinch in the right situations, and then having heat seeker assist turned on so that you can stop the run in the backfield very quickly. Alright, so if you're enjoying this breakdown of the best coverage defense on 3-3 Cub here in Madden 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down defensive tips and tricks just like this every single day. You don't want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But what are tips without the full scheme? Because I have a full Vikings defensive ebook at the link down below in the pinned comment that you can grab today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. It goes through the full videos, write-ups, screenshots, everything you're going to need to dominate a defense. It's been updated 3 times. It's over 30 pages long, like I said, with videos. And the best part is you can save it to your phone and always pull it up and reference the coverages and blitzes during gameplay. It's really the best thing you'll ever purchase here in Madden 26, the only ebook you're ever going to need. And so I really recommend you check it out. Let's jump right back into the video though, because the next part of this lockdown coverage defense is actually the ability to defend corner routes. Let me show you the best defense to do that here from 3-3 Cub. Alright, so we're going to come into cover 4 show 2 here from nickel 3-3 Cub. We're going to put all 3 zone drop depths on default. And what you're going to notice right here is if we have a coverage like this, we're going to do a great job of just taking away this flood concept on the right side. So we take the snap, you see it, we pass these routes off perfectly, and our guys are essentially running these routes for these receivers, right? We look at the instant replay right here. What you're just going to notice, boom, inside quarter takes the corner out, basically running the route for the guy. Fade route gets taken away by this outside quarter over the top, and then this quarter flat right here does a great job of taking away this running back check down, for example, right? And so if they try to maybe double corner you, so something like this, basically a flood concept maybe on both sides, you're going to notice how it's very similar. Harrison Smith, the other inside quarter, does a great job of taking it away on the left side, and then our guys are going to be able to do the same thing as far as defending this flood concept on the right side. So again, same thing as last time over here, but this time, you see how in the last play, we're in match coverage, which means our defenders' responsibilities are going to change depending on what route concept they have. So you're just going to see how they have a corner out this time, and so Harrison Smith knows this is his responsibility. Last time, this man was on a hitch, and so it's a whole lot easier to defend, but you still see we do a great job of guarding it. Even if they change up the route concept, right, so now they put the running back on the other side of the field, you're going to notice how it's cover 4. Right, and so cover 4 match. And so it's going to be the same thing where we're just latching onto these routes, doing a great job of taking them away, using the sideline as another defender. Really just a textbook way to play defense here. So again, same thing, boom, corner out, we latch onto it, take it away down the field. Flood concept, same thing, boom, take this away with our quarter flat. And again, it doesn't matter if they change up the side that it's going to. So really, I mean, this is really simple defense, stop corner outs. You see how I'm basically able to put my controller down, but also understand that it also, depends on the route concept they call. So maybe this time if they, for example, put this play, right, where they have a crosser. Against corners, you can pretty much just put your controller down in defense, right? Now you probably need to be a little bit more aware, a little bit more switch stick happy, but you still see how we do a great job of taking away that route concept too. Basically another flood concept over to the left side of the field with a corner route as the anchor of that flood. So you're just able to see, boom, same thing, take this away. Now this man, instead of taking away a corner out to the tight end, he takes this crosser. So that's really my favorite thing about match coverage, is it adapts to the route concept they call, and I just do a great job of basically baiting this drag, and then my quarter flat does a great job of coming down and taking away this drag as well. So really, cover 4 show 2 from nickel through 3 cub. Make sure you have all 3 zone drop depths on default in your coaching adjustments, and you're just going to notice how corner outs, flood concept, all of that on the sideline is going to do a great job of getting taken away. Alright, before I jump to those final 2 scheme tips that make this coverage so locked down and dominant here in Madden 26, I want to remind you to go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm the only one right now breaking down Madden 26 tips and tricks to you guys every single day to get better. You don't want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But let's jump into those final 2 tips. Because next I want to break down how you can better defend underneath passes. You have to be able to force them to throw the ball down the field against good players. Let me show you exactly how to shut down the underneath throw. And this is something that a lot of creators are going to be pushing, right, is these 10-yard flats, right? Yeah, and so basically what they're doing, 10-yard hard flats, they're going to shade their coverage down, and now it's going to look like this. This isn't that good to be able to stop checkdowns, because what you're just going to notice is a 10-yard flat is just not really going to do a great job of guarding like a drag, for example, right? We take this snap, and we can just throw our drag right here, and we're able to pick up like 4 yards, right? And or maybe 5 yards, I don't know, but it's like, that's just not going to cut it for me. I need if I'm going to put hard flats in the field, I need these guys to play underneath, because what you're just going to notice is that's just easy yards, right? That's an easy completion because we can see that man backpedaling, and then you can get elusive after the catch. That's the problem I have with these, 10-yard flats. Is like, dude, if you just hike throw this, you have a guy who, like, okay, so this ball's at what, the 30-yard line. I complete this pass at the 30, right? There's this guy standing at the 21-yard line. He's standing 9 yards away from me. He's 9 yards away from where I caught this pass. So if we meet right here, let's say, for example, at the 25, that's still a 5-yard pickup on a, like, that's just not good defense. But you see how we meet at like the 24, I just make him miss, and now I'm able to pick up like 13 yards down the field. So that's really the problem that I have with those 10-yard flats, and it's why I don't want you guys to be using them. To stop underneath passes, whether it's a drag, a table, and out, you want to make sure you come to your coaching adjustments and put your curl flats on 5. Or I guess you could put your flats on 5, but for the most part, I just like to see my curl flats on 5, so that I don't have to basically shade my coverage down, make an extra adjustment. You just notice where these guys are standing now. Instead of like backpedaling, they're just pretty much just going to get to their spot. And now when I go throw this pass to Bucky Irving, he's standing at basically the line of scrimmage where I would catch the ball, and that's just a much easier tackle. It really doesn't make any sense to me why you would want to use 10-yard flats, because it's like good players who hike those checkdowns, they like the checkdown is their first read. If I see this, now I know I can't throw this. Like, this isn't an open pass, right? And so like now you're doing your job of taking away the underneath. Now certainly, right, you can throw corner routes on, when you have shallow flats, and so I'll talk about that here in a second as well, what the counter would be, right? But it's like the point, in my opinion, of a flat is to take away the flat, right? So if we, put Chris Godwin on a flat, you're just gonna notice how he's right there to make that play, and instead of picking up 13 yards, they only pick up 2 yards on that play, right? And so that's really the point of stopping the flat. Either we stop the flat for a tackle or a knockout, or we only give up a few yards. So we go with it again right here, where our guy is right there to knock that pass away for an easy breakup. So whether you want to use 5-yard flats, or you want to put, or 5-yard curl flats, I guess, or use hard flats at 5 yards, right? You're just going to be able to break up passes underneath a whole lot easier. So that's how you stop checkdowns. But also, little bonus tip here, you're going to give up the corner route, for example, right? So if we take this snap, like this corner route is going to be open to the sideline simply because your flats, your flat can only choose one guy to guard. He's either going to guard the 25-yard corner or the 5-yard flat. I'd rather him take away the 5-yard flat, because if I know the play's coming, I'll just take away the corner out myself, and now we have lockdown defense that not only stop the underneath pass, all underneath passes, but we also have a way to stop their over-the-top corner route. So really, stopping underneath passes, either use 5-yard hard flats or 5-yard curl flats, but also be ready to defend over the top or over the middle of the field with your user. All right, and that fifth and final tip for lockdown defense here from this 3-3 Cub defense is actually being able to stop RPOs. There's actually a way to know an RPO is coming every single time before the play. Let me show you. All right, so if we come into an RPO, for example, here, RPO alert out, all right? What you're going to notice is this running back, his icon is going to be the A button on Xbox or the X button on PlayStation, whichever console you're on. So it's like, that's the giveaway. If that's the case, it's an RPO 95% of the time. But please, don't get it twisted. If he's not if he's not A, let's say he's RB, for example, that doesn't mean it's not an RPO. I'm just saying if he is A, that means an RPO is likely going to be the play call for them. So the way that you're going to check that is, because you're not going to be able to see it, what you're going to do is you're going to press D-pad to the left twice, and then you're going to press B, or D-pad left or D-pad right. You could really just press D-pad right twice, then press X, and then press right stick up. Now you're going to be opening the buttons, all the icons of the offensive players, and so you're going to be able to see that, yes, the halfback is going to be the A button now, okay? So that's your tell. Once you see that, you know an RPO is coming, and now that you know an RPO is coming, you just have to put RPO defense on the field. So really, that's coming into a cover 3 defense, shading your coverage down to put hard flats on the field, and then manning up their slot receiver, whoever you think's going to be getting the ball. Some plays, it's the tight end that could be getting the ball. Some plays, the slot receiver. So the slot receiver is getting the ball, so we're just going to man up the slot receiver right here, and now we're going to be able to defend this RPO, because what you're going to notice is we're just going to have 2 guys basically running to the spot. One of them breaks the pass up. Some RPO plays, they have blockers for this guy, and so that's why it's important to have 2 players basically looking at him. Where we have our hard flat pass committed, we have our man coverage pass committed, where they both have the same assignment here, running down to take this guy away. And so if they had blockers, the blocker could only block one of them, and so we're just going to be able to knock this pass away and get an easy breakup. So really, that's what it comes down to, is you're going to do the RPO check by pressing D-pad right twice, then pressing X, and then pressing right stick up. So now you see the icons. You're not manning up the running back. Instead, you're shading that's your tell. Now you know it's an RPO. So now you know the RPO defense, shade down, right, man up their slot receiver, whoever thinks they'd be getting the ball. Just like this. But understand it's an RPO. So obviously this is a pass coverage video, right? And so we showed you how to stop the RPO pass. But another pro tip here, make sure you're able to defend the RPO run as well. So you're able to just loop around and run through this gap and make that tackle. I would say stopping RPO runs is a little bit easier than stopping actual run plays, just because some of these blockers are kind of blocking here to stop the, or they're trying to block for the pass, and so they kind of just let you come in free. But just pick your gap, run through. You want to make sure that you have heat seeker assist turned on, just so that you can, dive tackle the ball carrier in the backfield, just like we talked about earlier in the video. But you're just able to see how we're able to stop the run, pass is taken away. And so again, quick recap here with the RPO defense: D-pad right twice, press X, and then press right stick up. Now you see the buttons of the offensive players. You know an RPO is coming, right? Because you see he's A. Now you get into cover 3, or you come out in cover 3, and then you just man up, shade down, just like this. And so now, and pass commit obviously as well, so that no one's looking in the backfield. And so now when they go to throw this RPO, we have a guy sitting right there, 2 guys, to either knock the pass away or tackle him before he can get any yards. But that's how you stop RPOs here from nickel through 3 cub. Alright, so if you found that pass coverage breakdown here in Madden 26 helpful, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down defensive tips and tricks just like this every single day, and you don't want to miss out on anything I have for you. But if you're really serious about getting better on defense and you're tired of getting carved up every game, go to the link down below in the pinned comment to grab my Vikings defensive ebook, where you can use code YouTube to get 20% off. It goes through not only this 3-3 cub scheme, but that's only a part. We have 3-3 odd, we have 4-3 even 6-1, we have dime formations, we have single bug. Everything you're going to need to dominate on defense is built into that ebook, and you can save it and always reference the plays on your phone during gameplay. It's really the best way to transform your defense. But if you want to see me run that defense in a live action game against a real opponent, check out this video right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.